8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Party starter, are you ready to go? I'm the party starter, party starter, party starter, party starter, I'm the party starter. Everybody, let's go. I'm the party starter. Everybody, let's go.
Is die klank al aan?
Yeah. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to SRA-Super Polo Farewell. In the commentating booth, I've got Geraldine with me. How's it going, Geraldine?
Hi, Warrick, fine, and you there?
Excellent, thank you. How's the weather up in Namibia?
Oh, it's been windy the last couple of days, but yeah, today we've had a bit of sun and a bit of mist out, so everything is fine this side.
Oh, that's horribly unpleasant, eh?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, we definitely got a very, very action-packed race tonight. As far as I know, I think we close to 40 entries for tonight. So it's going to be a lot of good tight racing, a lot of bumping and bruising, but luckily it's a fun event. So yeah, hopefully everything goes well.
Great stuff. I'm sure it will go all well. Yeah, with such a big field and such a tight racing between all the guys, it should be a very good racing and also very tight racing between the guys.
Yeah, I've been watching some of the guys' times. Adrian Nell sitting on a 1:18.1 just in the pits, as we can see. Christopher Long up in second. Obviously this is practice, so times will change as I go across to qualifying. So we've got Christopher Long on a 1:18.8, Renier Leach on his heels on a 1:19.0, followed by Louis van der Merwe on a 1:19.2, Omar Khan 1:19.3, Michael Rust 1:19.6. So definitely a very, very tight-knit field that we've got here tonight. Definitely going to have some very, very interesting racing.
Oh, that's for sure. If you look at the times between the top ones are not even a second apart. So yes, it will be very tight and tough racing tonight.
Yeah, if I have a look all the way from third place down to, I'd say about 15th position is within 1 second. So
yes,
it's
100%.
definitely going to be very, very interesting.
Very interesting, very interesting. And especially with such a big field as well, with only having the top 15 inverted for the second race, I'm sure the guys in race one are going to try and beat their socks off to get into the top 15 positions.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very, very interesting to watch. Watching Adrian Nell, obviously on the earlier practice service, running very quick times. So I definitely see him doing very well in race one. Race two, inverted grid, he's going to have to fight through the pack, which you know is very, very tricky, especially because he's going to have very fast guys ahead of him as well.
That's for sure, yes. Well, even if he runs in the front in the heat one, with it being such a big field of vehicles, he will be caught up with the back markers as well, which could possibly slow him down a bit as well once he reaches the back markers.
Yeah, no, definitely. Let's have a look if we can find somebody that's still running on track. We've got Melvin. Let's get an onboard shot from Melvin. As you can see, Melvin coming down the straight now into a left-hand kink, which will now be followed by a nice quick right-hander, fourth gear. Let's see as he gears down to fourth gear through the right-hander, pushing it straight down, running nice and clean. This one's, Geraldine, this corner seems to catch a lot of guys out. As you can see, Melvin actually sliding through there. This Polo being very, very tail happy, and that being a very, very fast right-hand sweep.
Yes, definitely. I saw in the practice services as well, the guys running very wide, running out there on that corner. So the guys, when they enter the track again to come back in on the track, they'll just have to watch themselves.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's quite a few corners we're going to have to be watching nice and close because I think we're going to have a lot of action. Obviously, turn 1 being the first one, turn 2, and then obviously the last corner. Very, very hard braking, sharp corners. Guys are going to be bunching up. Guys are going to miss brake markers. I think we're in for a lot of fun tonight.
I think so as well, Warwick. I think this is going to be an awesome race, though.
Yeah, you being obviously the COC, tonight you don't have to worry too much as this is a fun event. But hopefully the guys keep it clean.
I'm sure they will.
I see we're busy transitioning across from practice to qualifying. The guys will now be going into a 15-minute qualifying.
Yeah, let's just hope that the guys do give each other space, that they can put in their best qualifying times to get their best starting positions.
Yeah, I think with a big grid like this, it's going to be whoever can get out of the pit first and get some clean air ahead of them.
Yeah.
But 15 minutes is a long time, gives the guys time to maybe spread themselves out a little bit and try to get a better run for qualifying.
100%. You'll probably find some of the guys as well might stay a bit longer in the pits to wait for those other guys to rather just leave first so that they can have a clean run.
Sorry, I'm just having a look something here quickly. I see Yasin is busy watching the stream, asking if the sound's okay, and he said perfect. So it looks like we're all good to go.
Great stuff. This is going to be an awesome race tonight.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Feel the flow. I'm the party starter. Are you ready to go? I'm the party starter. Party starter. Party starter. Party starter. I'm the party starter. Everybody, let's go. I'm the party starter. Everybody, let's go.
Alright, Geraldine, as you can see, the guys are busy on their outlaps at the moment. We're on board with Christopher Long. I think he was the first person out of the pits and first person to do a flyer. So let's see how the times come in. Obviously, outlap going to be a bit slow, then the guys are going to go on to their hot laps. And I expect the times to be extremely close.
Yes, Warwick, the times definitely in qualifying will be close because there's a lot of fast runners in this pack tonight as well. Yeah, Christopher Long drives very well. Watching him throughout the normal Polo series as well, he's been doing very well.
Yeah, Mr. Drift guy himself, obviously SA Drift Champion. He's been doing really, really well. We've got quite a few big names in here. A lot of guys that actually race Polo Cup. Obviously, a lot of the TTSA guys that actually won the Teams Championship, if I'm not mistaken, in the British Touring Car League.
That's correct, yes. You are 100% correct there, Warwick, yes.
I'm just trying to see who else we have. We've got Mr. Melvin Gous all the way from Namibia. James Crook from Pretoria. Omar Khan obviously representing TTSA along with Christopher Long and Matthew van der Merwe. I saw a message a little bit earlier from Sean Herrero, who's usually one of our regulars, really, really quick in the polos. He's sitting without power, so unfortunately he won't be joining us tonight.
Gee, that's such a pity because he's an excellent racer as well, performs very well under pressure too.
Yeah, no, definitely. He's really quick and he's great under pressure, and he's really good at applying the pressure as well.
That's 100% for sure, but at least he knows how to give and receive at the same time, so which makes an exceptional racing driver as well.
And then I think we've got only one female racing with us tonight, and that will be Miss Joni Lee.
Yes, Joni Lee has actually come up quite a bit throughout the Polo series, having started literally right at the back. I mean, she's performed very well, especially in the last race of the season. Before this one, she did very, very well as well.
Yeah, we're watching Joni Lee obviously progress as the season went on, and I can for sure say that she has done really, really well. She's up to times from where she used to fall off the pack a little bit to now where she's fighting mid-pack with the guys, giving obviously those mid-pack guys a proper run for their money.
That's for sure. That's for sure. And yes, the guys just obviously need to just watch out for her as well. Sometimes, being a female, we tend to be overly cautious sometimes, which then would cause possibly a little bit of chaos for the guys behind us. But they've all learned to race with her as well. So, all good luck to her for tonight as well.
And then Geraldine, another question, one that we always ask: who do you think is going to take the win tonight?
Whew, seeing the names that are up there or whatever, I'll be very honest with you. I think Omar Khan will be quite way up. Adrian Nel as well, depending on where he gets to start on the second race. But yeah, I'll be honest with you. I've been watching Omar Khan throughout the series as well, and I like his style of racing, and I think he should be right up in the top. Melvin as well. Melvin could be pretty much high up as well. If he doesn't take the first race, he more than likely might take the second race. Melvin likes to watch people in front where they make mistakes, capitalize on that, and then go flying through.
Yeah, no, very true. Melvin, very, very consistent driver. If he gets a clean start, I think he's really good racing wheel to wheel, applying a lot of pressure and basically forcing the guys into a mistake.
That's correct.
Yeah, brilliant driver. Another person to look out for is Adrian Nel. If he gets a break off the front, there's no stopping. He breaks away, runs away, and you don't see him again.
That's for sure.
When battling impact, obviously a little bit harder. It's hard to pass a guy when you guys are running more or less the same times. So yeah, this is going to be really interesting. I'm actually looking forward to this very, very big group that we got here tonight. As far as I can see, I think we're up to 27 drivers already.
Yes, it looks like 27 on the grids at the moment, all racing. There's only 2 of them that haven't put up any times at the moment. Yes, I see at the moment Adrian Null is running first, and then Melvin Gous in second place, Renier Leach in third, Christopher Long in fourth, Michael Rist in fifth, Peter Grobler in sixth. Peter Grobler also a very, very clean driver. Yes, 27 guys, eh?
Let's have a look and see if we can catch somebody coming around the last corner. Oh, Christopher Long actually going off there, and they can take us for a lap around the track.
That would be great.
Let's see who we can. Let's jump on board with Mr. Omar Khan. As you guys can see, just came through turn 1, approaching turn 2. There's going to be a hard break into a right-hander. Try keep as much momentum as you can in these polos, as they tend to light up the front wheels a little bit, spinning through the corners. A left-hand kink into another right-hander, which is relatively quick. It's usually like a 4th gear, shift down early, power through it. As you can see, keeping it nice and tidy as it comes through there. Into another right-hander. Some guys tend to take this in 4th gear. See Omar hang it out in 5th, getting a nice drive onto the back straight. Nice long back straight. One thing that we did notice was the cars are mapped with a push to pass, but obviously these being the Super Polos, they're boosting 1.7 bar. The push to pass does not make a massive difference on these cars. So where in the Polo series that we ran, the cars were only running 1.2 boost, and we actually mapped the push to passes to boost up to 1.4. So you could actually use it strategically throughout the race to try get that little bit of an edge on the guys through the straights. Oh, as you see somebody exiting the pits there right behind Omar.
But as again, in keeping his cool and staying on the track.
Yeah, Omar, brilliant driver.
Definitely.
They part of Mike's Place and TTSA. You guys can obviously go follow their streams, doing really, really well for themselves. They're more into the drift side. So if you guys are interested in drifting, you're more than welcome to contact us. We can put you in contact with Omar, and then yeah, basically going with the TTSA guys. Geraldine, I'm watching the times. Times are relatively close, except for Adrian Nel, obviously 0.6 of a second faster than the rest of the grid. But other than that, everyone seems to be nice and close to one another.
Very close. I was just looking at the same thing as well.
Let's see if we can find some good action, even though this is only qualifying, 15-minute qualifying. But this is the longest qualifying we've had in probably the last 6 months. Usually we only run a little quick 5-minute qualifying sprint, get the guys into their positions and get them up and going. But obviously because it's a big grid, we decided to extend the qualifying to 15 minutes just to give the
Yeah,
guys some extra time.
which would be fair with it being such a big field. Just having those onboard shots just now for the people watching the stream, I think a lot of these guys who only sort of sometimes watch the streams don't realize these guys actually sit with arm pains and muscle pains after a day's racing and a night's racing like this. Warrick, I'm sure you can comment on that as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, it's brilliant, eh? Let's have a look.
Well, from the current qualifying times, if you look at them, you've got 4 of the fastest guys up at the top as well, being Adrian Nel, Melvin, Gous, Christopher Long, and Mr. Omar Khan himself as well. Awesome close timing.
Yeah, I think 2 guys that we mustn't, or 3 guys that I wouldn't count out would obviously be James Leach, Renee Leach, as well as Peter Grobler. Peter Grobler being the designer of these cars. So yeah, no, it's going to be brilliant racing. I'm looking so forward to this. Obviously, just want to another shout out to JP Hydraulics as well as Volvo Cars Namibia for the sponsors for the SRA group. We really do appreciate this. A few more guys to list would be RS Freight as well as Bitstream. Thank you very much for all the support that you guys have offered to us as SimRace Africa. Without them, obviously, we couldn't make these series as possible.
That's a definite. Without sponsors, no series is possible at the end of the day, because there's a lot of time and money and effort that goes into these things, and to the whole SRA team as well. Thanks to what you guys are doing as well to put this on the map for the people.
Yeah, from the admin side, I'd also like to thank all the drivers for taking part, because if we had no drivers, there would be nothing to put up for the guys.
That's for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of time and effort obviously gone into the scenes in the background with our new servers which we just set up this week for our new National Oval Championship, which we'll be hosting. It will be dirt/tar if I'm not mistaken. I know Peter's been working really hard on getting the oval cars ready, as well as building all the oval tracks for us, and I think that's going to be a really big hit for us going forward.
Oh, that will be awesome. Really awesome. Yeah, some of the fun servers that we've had in the evenings watching you guys race and stuff on the ovals, I think it's going to be an awesome to do a oval series as well.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a sneak peek. I don't know if I'm going to get reprimanded for this, but we got a image which Peter Grobler put on the group not too long ago, and if I'm not mistaken, it's the oval in Walvis Bay.
Yes, I actually saw that as well, and it actually looks very awesome.
Yeah, no, Peter put a lot of effort into that. Peter's also the designer of Tony Rust Raceway in Namibia, obviously for SRA, which we hosted a few weeks ago.
That's correct, yes, and I'll be very honest with you, that is like so spot on to the T on physically racing there as well and physically being at the track. Really hats off to Peter Grobler for his time and his effort in getting these things done and dusted.
Yeah, no, he's put a lot of time and effort into the background. Then let's have a look and see Melvin has actually gone into the pits. Omar running really good times on a 119.0. We need a Leach on his heels with a 119.05. Followed by Peter from a 119.08. Those three are going to be the biggest battle on track.
Oh, that's for sure. Yes, definitely. Adrian now running a 117.9, which is also very fast.
Yeah, I saw him run one of his laps is a 117.8 if I'm not mistaken in the practice service, which is extremely quick, as the guys are really struggling to try and get into the 118s. Let's have a look and see.
If you look at it straight from the top down to the bottom, you've only got like 4 or 5 second difference between the first guy and the last guy.
Yeah, Adrian being our alien, so if we exclude Adrian's time, we're obviously gaining half a second there. Then we're only looking at about 2 seconds to 2.5 seconds.
That's for sure. Yeah, Adrian, he's probably, I don't know where he's from at the end of the day, because he sure as heaven doesn't seem to be a normal person when he's on a racetrack.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't come from here. And that's all the way from Namibia, but we're not so sure if he is Namibian. We're pretty sure he's an alien from somewhere else.
I think so. I think that's what the A stands for. Probably Alien now. That's what we should call him from now on.
Oh, Christopher Long, looking at his times, is not too far off 0.6. It is a big gap. That's also saying that Adrian can keep it nice and clean and consistent throughout the race. Christopher Long, watching him in the Polo Cup series, we know is a very good competitor. He likes putting on the pressure, he gets faster as the race goes on. So yeah, I honestly would say I would not count out Christopher Long. All depends obviously on the first corner as well, if the guys can get through clean, which we know is not always possible.
Yes, I'm actually quite excited for the first and the second corner, especially with such a large group of guys racing tonight.
Yeah, I know it's definitely going to be very interesting. I see quite a few new names, guys that haven't raced with us before. Hope to see them in our future leagues and stuff that we are running.
I think that will be great. The more guys, the better.
If I'm not mistaken, I think our next league will be in about a week or two's time, which will be the National Oval Series, obviously. We will be moving across the country from all the way from Cape Town. I know we've got Cape Town's Oval, Namibian's Oval, Walvis's Oval. We've got oval tracks that Peter himself has built, which is actually named it after his own group. So yeah, definitely going to be very interesting to watch that. Obviously, the ovals being huge in South Africa, it draws quite a big crowd. We've had a lot of requests and queries regarding the ovals. Geraldine, when it comes to the ovals, I think you are going to have your hands extremely full, obviously being the COC and everything, and trying to manage those group of guys around that track with those little rotary cars.
Yes, Warrick, even in real life, being a COC at the oval track is sometimes very difficult, and it's such touch and go because of the speeds that they have on the straights and going into the corners. It's really difficult sometimes to make judgment calls.
Alright, Geraldine, as I see we transition across. Let's see what's happened. Sorry, I've just bounced off to the pits. Let's see if we can get a backward shot from Adrian now. There you can see all the cars, nice big grid, probably one of the bigger ones that Killarney Raceway has obviously seen in the Polos.
That's for sure.
So as we wait for the timer to tick down, 30 seconds to race start. Hopefully the guys can keep it clean through the first corner. We'll probably bounce back to about 8th or 9th position, looking forward, making sure the guys get through nice and clean. If there's some action, maybe we can catch some of the action, commentate on it, but I can guarantee you there will be action.
Definitely, Warrick. There will definitely be action.
Okay, let's see, as the lights are about to come on, 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, 6 lights. Let's wait for them to go out and they'll be racing. And they're off. As you can see, Christopher Long with a brilliant start, actually starting a little bit quicker than Adrian Nel. Adrian Nel getting the pull now as they come into the first corner. As you can see them coming through. Oh, if you see Tommy Leary's got a little touch. It looks like he's got a bit of lag.
Yes, it does.
Who has run what? Oh my goodness, and there's big accidents in the background. As you can see, some of the guys going off. A lot of the guys luckily to avoid it. Only 2 or 3 guys got caught up in that incident. As we hop up to the front, we can see Melvin Gous putting tremendous pressure onto the back of Christopher Long with only a 0.3 gap between the two of them. And as we said, if you give Adrian Nel some breathing room, he's going to run away with it. And as you can see, he's already pulled nearly a second gap onto Christopher Long in 1 lap.
Yes, let's just hope those incidents in the first turn didn't take too many people out too much and that they will still be able to complete race 1.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure, as you can see on the left hand side of the screen, you can see a lot of green and red. You can actually see the guys flipping around. That will obviously be all your position changes, and now as they cross the line, you'll see they'll light up nice and white again. A lot of position swaps going around here. Jay de Villiers, something seemed to have happened to Jay as he's in the pits for some reason. Let's jump back and see James Leach. See if we can get a better angle of that Mike's Place car. James Leach sitting on the back of Johan Niemand. Johan Niemand also showing remarkable times in practice. Pushing really hard. Let's see if they can keep it clean.
Yes, let's hope that they can keep it clean for themselves as well.
One person that I see has had a bit of an issue would be Omar Khan, as I see he's just left the pits. So he obviously must have been caught up in that first turn incident. Hopefully he can catch up, knowing he's very quick. Hopefully he can catch the guys up front. Highly doubt he's going to catch up all the way, but definitely get back into the fight.
Yes, that's for sure. Let's hope he can get back up at least into the top 15 as well, that he can get the advantage on the reverse grid.
Okay, jumping a little bit forward, we've got Valdez Swiggers, followed by Peter Grobler. As you can see, Peter Grobler putting tremendous pressure onto him. Let's see who's going to outbreak one another. You can see Peter braking a little bit later, running a bit wide. Coming through nice and clean, no touching, tucking in behind him. Valdi getting a little bit of a better run. As they come down the main straight. Who are they running onto the back of? Onto Tommy Leary. It looks like there might be a back marker between... Oh! As we say that James Leach and Johan Niemand take each other out.
Completely wide there.
Let's see if we can find some more action. Here we got Ivan Karamark. Ivan Karamark on the back of Valdez. He has a nice big back battling. So this would be Ivan Karamark followed by Valdez Swiggers, Peter Grobler. Let's see. Yeah, that's correct. So they all battling for 12th position. Obviously Peter Grobler holding that 12th position spot, and the 2 guys behind him desperate to take it away from him.
That's for sure, yes. He would obviously love to get straight back up to the top there where he started.
See a nice big battle fighting up here for third. 0.1 Renee Leach putting a tremendous pressure on Melvin Gous, getting through nice and clean, running side by side through the last corner up onto the main straight. Melvin might have a little bit of a better run, obviously running the little bit wider line. You can see he's got the run down the main straight, keeping it nice and clean, no touching. Geraldine, this is the racing that we've been wanting all season. Nice and clean, nice and respectful, giving each other space.
Absolutely. And it's actually amazing to see so many of the Div 1 guys racing here and actually keeping it clean.
Yeah, one person I can see is not here, but is actually in chat, is Mr. Gerard Niemand. Gerard, type us a message there in the YouTube chat. Why are you not racing tonight? We expected you to be obviously racing with your dad up front, putting up a nice big show for us. What happened? And then, who else do we have here? Matthew Funnemarva was putting a lot of pressure there. Let's see if we can find Matthew. Oh, Matthew's a little bit further back. Some nice open air, can catch up. Peter Grobler fighting his way through the pack nice and neatly, sitting on the back of Clinton Besaidenote. This is going to be a good battle to watch, as we've watched these guys fight numerous laps throughout the series that we ran.
Definitely. It's just a bit difficult at the moment seeing the vehicles. You're so used to one vehicle belonging to a certain person, and yet it's because of it being a fun server, they're not all racing their normal skins. So
Yes, this is
does make
definitely
it a bit
correct.
difficult.
Yeah, I used to watch the guys and you'd know when a blue car, like that car that just went past that Peter Grobler is racing, is usually Kian Gous' skin.
That's correct.
It's a little bit hard to commentate, obviously not knowing who's in what skin, but going by the names that we see. So we're basically watching the leaderboard, same as you guys out there, hoping for the best. Gerard Niemann saying only doing moral support tonight. I wonder why. You should dust off that rig, get into it and get racing. Gerard, the new leagues are coming up soon. Right, then we got Johan Niemann, I see on the back of James Leach. I wonder if James Leach just passed him. As you can see, these two are fighting extremely hard here at the moment.
Yes, here's a nice challenge between the two of them.
Let's see as they go down the back straight, coming into the corner. Let's see if we can get a nice front view from James's car. See as Johan ducks and dives out behind him. Let's see. James will obviously hold the inside, try be a little bit more defensive. Johan going to try get a better run out of the corner on him. As you can see, he comes right onto the back of his bumper, nearly touching him there.
And it's amazing how traveling at these speeds, these guys can actually keep their cool and know exactly when to go where. Eh?
Yeah, very true. Let me see if I can get something on here so we can actually see what speeds these guys are traveling. So if you guys look right up here on the right top corner, you can actually see the speeds the guys are carrying through the corners. One corner that's very quick is the corner just before the back straight. Let me just try and find us a little bit of a better view there. Tommy Leary doing extremely well, sitting all the way up in 5th place. Let's see as he comes through 130 k's an hour. Now approaching the corner just before the back straight, 160, 170 k's an hour, backing off slightly, 150 through a very sharp right hander, very fast onto the back straight, full on the gas.
This is some amazing racing tonight, Warrick. I seriously can comment on that.
Let's have a look and see where's Mr. Beamerstein, Omar Khan, all the way. He's already 40's way onto the back of the pack, only 0.6 off 19th position. So he's got a little bit to go still. Second race, hopefully better. Obviously, top 15 will be inverted. So if you're finishing 15th, you're starting first. So hopefully Omar can fight his way up to 15th and set us off for race 2.
That will be absolutely amazing. I see here Gerard Niemann has said that he only assembled his new rig this afternoon. So hopefully he will be up and running for the next league. Gerard will be up and running soon.
Yeah, we hope Gerard's going to send us some pictures as well, so we can obviously share it with everyone and see what the new rig looks like.
That should be amazing.
Gerard, I hope that rig makes you a lot faster. And we got quite a few guys rooting for the TTSA guys. Go Beamerstein.
I see so as well, yes.
Just for you guys, we'll do an onboard lap with Mr. Beamerstein. Let's just get inside his car. You guys can actually watch a lap from his view. This is what he's seeing at the moment. Little bit of a gap to go to Ivan Karamarka. Not too bad though, only 0.9. Omar obviously being really quick, so should close this gap relatively easy, so to say.
Yes, I'm sure he will close in on that gap very quickly, and obviously with Ivan Karamarka being behind Nathia Peterson, he's also been held up there a bit, so that gives Omar a chance to catch up to him again a bit closer.
Yeah, as long as there's a battle brewing in front of him, there's definitely space for him to move up forward. I see there's some chirp going on here from Gerard. It's only a rig, Warrick, not a stigmod. But you know what they say, Gerard, if you feel better about what you race, and you're gonna race better, eh? Right, let's see. I see there's quite a few big battles up front. We've got Melvin Gous in 8th, fighting with Johan Niemann, Renier Leach, as well as Tommy Leary. So he has a nice big battle for 5th position, and not far ahead of Tommy is 4th position. So this is definitely going to be a very, very good fight to watch.
Oh, that's for sure. Something obviously must have happened to Melvin for him to have dropped back down to 8th.
Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, Kalani is so quick. You make one small mistake, you're definitely going to know about it. You're going to be fighting your way through the pack again. And as we said, all these guys are so quick. One small mistake, as you can see, somebody went off in the background. Who was that? Unable to get it. Looks like... No, it wasn't Johan. I nearly thought that was Johan there for a second, but it wasn't. Luckily not. So this battle will still be brewing a little bit longer. Kilani is so quick. You make one small mistake, you are going to struggle to fight your way back, because a lot of these corners are fast sweeping corners, and the guys are so close to one another. It's going to be really, really, really hard to try bridge that gap once you've lost it.
That's for sure, Warrick. But in most racing, that is the case. If you've made a mistake, to try and regain it, unless the people behind you are far enough behind you, they will probably catch you in.
Yeah, no, definitely. As you can see, I see Mr. Omar Khan's already worked his way up to 17th with 8.5 minutes to go. There's definitely time for him to still work his way up into that top 15. Basically take, I don't know how you'd say it, but the advantage of the reverse grid, starting nice up front for race 2. Sorry guys, just need to jump back a little bit. As you see, he has a nice big battle from Johan Niemann, Renier Leach. As you just see, swapping and changing, nearly 5 wide, 4 wide, 5 wide through the last corner. Somebody actually moved out the way there for a second. I think that was James Leach. Got caught up in that. Take a look from Melvin's car backwards. You can see as he's coming up onto Tommy Leary. Let's see, Tommy Leary and Melvin Gous side by side. As you see somebody going off in the background, that looked like it was Renier Leach. Unlucky for Renier there. He was in the battle, fighting hard up front. Tommy and Melvin still wheel to wheel with Johan Niemann and Peter Grobler right on their heels. Any mistake now, they're definitely going to capitalize. Oh, as Tommy and Melvin touch, as we said, look at Johan running it up on the outside, Peter on the inside. Definitely a place to capitalize, as this is a long straight 3 wide. This is going to be really interesting. Johan Niemann going off. Oh,
Just missed going into somebody else as well.
yeah, I see James Leach got through there by the skin of his teeth, eh?
This is really some awesome tight racing.
Let's see if we can find another battle for you guys. Trying to see if there's something close. It doesn't look like it at the moment. This is probably the biggest battle on track by the looks of things.
Yes, well, with Adrian running away with like almost 8 seconds between him and Christopher Long.
Let's have a look at quickly. Christopher Long coming
6 seconds ahead of Christopher Long, Adrian is.
It's quite a big gap, but what I have noticed is, if you can see, Adrian Nels now fighting through back markers. So this will obviously make it interesting as well. As you can see, I think that was Henlo Kraus that moved out of his way. This might play to the benefit of Christopher Long being able to close the gap.
Yes, and that's exactly also what I mentioned earlier. Is as soon as Adrian starts catching the back markers, it's going to possibly slow him down and give the guys who are behind him then time to catch up to him.
Yeah, no, definitely. Knowing Christopher Long can fight through a pack very, very quickly. A nice and easy cut through them, nice and clean. Adrian as well, don't count him out. fighting through the pack. He's really good. He's really quick. But when it comes down to skill and racecraft, I think Christopher Long's definitely one up on him. Adrian
I
might
think
carry the speed, but Christopher Long's got the skill, eh?
the skill and the technique, that's for sure.
Let's see, I still see this battle for 4th place is still brewing nice and big. Melvin Gous just dropping off the back of that pack a little bit. Yeah, we've got James Leach, Peter Grobler and Tommy Leary still fighting nearly 3 wide into the first corner. This is brilliant racing. Geraldine, I have not seen racing like this in a long time.
No, neither have I, and I'm actually quite impressed, especially with it being such a big field as well. It's amazing to see that the guys can actually race and keep it clean.
Yeah, it doesn't always happen though. Once it comes to league racing, the guys are fighting for points and position and championships. They tend to be way more aggressive than what we're seeing them race tonight.
That's for sure, Warrick. But at the end of the day, it also shows that being calm and collected and taking it, as a nice sport, that it certainly does pay off as well.
Yeah, no, 100% agree with you. As we see these three still battling all the way down the back straight. Nice big battle at the back here as well. Trying to see if we can find something a little bit closer. Doesn't look like it. Let's stick with these guys a little bit longer. As you can see, Peter Grobler is now leading Tommy Leary through the last corner, followed by James Leach. James Leach, very clean driver, pushing really hard. He's in a Mike's Place car. We're used to seeing him in the LMS cricket car.
That's
So,
correct.
It makes it really, really difficult to commentate on the guys, as we used to commentate just on the car skins. We used to know who was who. But now, yo.
That's the problem I'm having as well at the moment, to be honest with you.
Oh, he has a swap of things. I see Adrian Nell must have made a mistake. Christopher Long sitting up in first, Adrian Nell down in second. So this is going to be a very interesting one to watch. Adrian Nell must have lost it somewhere. I'm presuming first corner or last corner.
I'm just hoping it's not one of the back markers that has possibly had an incident or something with him that's taken him out.
From what I can see, it doesn't look like it, as I can remember. Who is this coming through here? Front, Jay de Villiers. Jay de Villiers was actually in between Adrian Nell and Christopher Long. So this is definitely going to be an interesting one to watch, as Adrian Nell is a little bit quicker than Christopher Long. If Christopher can keep it clean with 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go, I do not think Adrian's going to catch him. It's going to be really, really close. It's going to come down to the wire. Might even have a photo finish, which will be absolutely awesome.
That is for sure. It was like that race on Tony Wrist where they had the photo finish literally as well.
Yeah, correct. Side by side. I see Mr. Omar Khan has now worked his way up all the way to 15th, right on the heels of Valdus Swiggers. Got a little bit of time there still, so let's hop back. Omar Khan right there on Valdu. As Omar takes it inside. Oh, pushing Valdu a little bit wide. So if the positions stay as they are, we'll have Valdu on pole for race 2. Omar in second. Bossy, I think, is Sarel Bosman, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he is Sarel Bosman, yes.
He'll be in third. Let's have a look here quickly.
Beer in fourth. Clinton Poseidon out fifth.
JP van der Spey in sixth. James Leach in 7th, James Leach Senior in 8th, and then so forth going forward. Trying to have a look here if there's another big battle up front. As you see, Adrian Nell has now closed that gap to under a second onto the back of Christopher Long. This one is going to come down to the wire. As we saw, Adrian Nell has just taken about 0.3, 0.4 out of Christopher Long that last lap and still closing.
Yes, and with a minute left to go, depending on if there's back markers that they need to still catch and overtake, this could be a very interesting finish.
Yeah, I definitely think we're going to be in for a photo finish, as we know Mr. Nell's not going to back out of it. The alien from Namibia himself. Hopefully when he does try and make the pass, he's going to keep it nice and clean, not be too aggressive. Not that there's a lot of time to wait, but wait for his move, wait for the opportunity, and then try bounce on it.
Yes, and if Michael is clever being up there in third as well, he will make sure that if the two of them maybe have a connection or something, that he could capitalize on it and land up in first.
Yeah, that would actually be brilliant. Michael Rush from Volvo Cars Namibia being one of our sponsors throughout the British Touring Car Series. So, and he's not too far of 0.2 of a lap. If it's quite a big incident, he'll definitely be able to capitalize on that. As you see, Adrian now only 0.4 on the back of Christopher Long. They're going to go around. They got 2 laps to go. This is going to be nail biting.
It's going to be, and 2 laps is a very short time at the end of the day for any big mistakes can happen.
Yeah, but knowing Christopher is going to make that polo as wide as he can for as long as he can.
That's for sure. I think he's hoping that he would have actually double wheels on the back of that vehicle at the moment.
Yeah, no, definitely. As you see Adrian looking up the inside, just making sure that Christopher knows he's there. I'm actually surprised he's not honking his hooter or flashing his lights. As you see, they come onto the back straight. They'll have one more lap after this last corner. You see Christopher Long already moving across to the inside, trying to take that line away from Adrian Null so that Adrian can't dive him up the inside. Moving back to the outside, let's see, making that polo really wide through the corner. As you see Adrian actually having to back off a little bit.
Yes, and I think with the difference in the boost on the push to pass, it also helps them, well, both of them at this stage, because it doesn't really mean much, as you guys mentioned a bit earlier.
Yeah, correct. I actually ran in practice next to Melvin Gous, and I hit the push to pass, and it made absolutely no difference. And we could see the boost wasn't going up, your revs weren't going up. So definitely by using push to pass going to make no difference with these guys. This is just going to be straight out pure racing, driver versus driver. There's no strategy going here. As you see Adrian going around the outside of Christopher Long, Chris holding the inside. Geraldine, with a half a lap to go, who do you call is going to take it?
Oh, it's a tight call. I'll be honest with you, like I say, they're catching up to a back marker, but I think Christopher's got this one in the bag. Unless something drastic happens, then Adrian will take it. But my go at the moment would be Christopher Long.
Yeah, let's see if Christopher Long goes back onto that inside line. As you can see, there he moves over, making Adrian go the long way around. Adrian around the outside. They're actually side by side. This is going to be really interesting, really close. Adrian might get a better drive. This is going to come down to the line. Adrian now getting a little bit of a better drive on Christopher Long. As you'll see, he'll dive up the inside. Coming to the line side by side. Touching as they go across the line. Oh! Oh, Christopher Long is actually stuck. Didn't even make it to the line. Yo, that is a big mishap. Geraldine, can you believe that just happened?
I am actually flabbergasted. That is why I'm so quiet. Right down onto the last line.
You see Christopher Long take a little bit of a sneaky shortcut there to try and make his way all the way around. Yo, that was a finish of note, I'm not gonna lie. Adrian Null taking the win, Michael Rust in second, followed by Peter Grobler, Tommy Leary, Johan Niemand, Melvin Gous in 6th place, followed by JP van der Spey, James Leach, Clinton Besayno. Let's see, then we've got Wimpy de Beer rounding off the top 10. Oh no, he actually came 11th. We got Sorrel Bosman in 10th place.
Yeah,
Followed by Wimpy de Beer, Renier Leach, Waldus Swiggers, Matthew van der Merwe. Then we got Louis van der Merwe rounding off our top 15. Followed by Ivan Koromarka, Nathia Peterson, James Leach Sr., Omar Khan down in 19th. Christopher Long in 20th. Unlucky Christopher, touching on that final section, getting stuck on the pit wall. That is really, really, really unlucky.
That is very, very unlucky. I hope it wasn't Potatoes Gous.
Yeah, I really hope not. We might be held liable for that one.
Let's hope not, eh?
As you see the last few guys coming across the line, just finishing up their laps. Everybody in the pits. Christopher Long still out on track, trying to just circulate, finish that lap that he just lost. Obviously getting stuck on the pit wall means that he had to start from pit lane again, go around and just complete another lap. Unlucky Chris now having to fight his way from the back, but if you look at it that way, he's only a little bit down, not too bad, starting in 19th, whereas if he had won the race he would have started in 15th anyway.
So he's basically 4 positions down from where he would have been.
Basically, yeah. So let's have a look. So if we look at the reverse grid, we can have Louis van der Merwe. So let's see if we can try catch front views of the cars here. So we'll have Louis van der Merwe. No, that says Tommy Leary for some other reason. But we'll have Louis van der Merwe starting in first, followed by Matthew van der Merwe, Waldo Swigers, Renier Leach. Sorry, my stuff just disappeared. Renier Leach, Wimpy de Beer, Sarel, Clinton, James, JP, Melvin, Johan, Tommy, Peter, Michael, and then Adrian in 15th. So definitely going to be a nice big battle again coming from the back. Christopher Long fighting his way through the back, hopefully catching up to Adrian now, giving us nice great action again as what we had in race 1.
Yes, that's definitely. And I mean, you'll have Christopher Long just in front of Omar, or Omar just in front of Christopher. So that should also be a very nice race there from the start as well.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. So while we wait, let's go back to a nice little intro video.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm the party starter. Are you ready to go? I'm the party starter. Party starter. Party starter. Party starter. I'm the party starter. Everybody, let's go. I'm the party starter. Everybody, let's go.
Alright, welcome back. Just before the start of race 2, 35 seconds to go before these guys are going to take us off the line. Louis van der Merwe in first, followed by Matthew van der Merwe, Waldo Swigers, Renier Leach, Wimpy de Beer. Then we got Sarel Bosman, Clinton Besaidenout, James Leach, JP van der Spey, Melvin Gous rounding off the top 10. So let's look from the back. Yeah, looking forward. Let's see if we can get the guys through the first corner nice and clean. Can only hope for the best. Oh, and there was a bit of a jump start by the looks of things. Tommy Leary lagging around the place again. Definitely something he's going to have a look at. Internet connection definitely giving a little bit of an issue. Wonder what happened up the front with Louis van der Merwe with a jump start. He's obviously going to have a nice drive-through penalty.
Yes, which will automatically take him obviously out from the top lead again.
Yeah, correct. And I think he's only got 2 laps to serve it if I'm not mistaken. So let's jump a little bit back. Let's see if we can find some action within the back. You see James Leach running a little bit wide. Coming through, rejoining nice and neat and tidy. Not too much in the way. Oh, as you have Peter Grobler and Jay de Villiers touching the 2 admin drivers, touching one another on track. Maybe some frustrations throughout the year, taking it out on one another there.
Yes, possibly a little bit of frustration.
See, Adrian Nels already worked his way up all the way into 7th, putting a lot of pressure onto the back of Clinton Besaidenout. Let's see as he makes his way through. Christopher Long seems to have been caught up in a bit of an accident, falling a little bit backwards, down into 21st position at the moment. Still on board with Adrian Nel. This is on the back of Clinton Besaidenout. Definitely going to try and make quick work of this. Oh, You can see Adrian Nel actually got caught out by the same move that caught Christopher Long.
Oh no, I see as well. Omar has also moved up from the 18th position. He's up in 7th at the moment, which is a very good start for him too.
Yeah, brilliant. You can obviously capitalize a lot in the beginning with the guys making a few mistakes, running wide. If you can keep your notes clean, you can basically just push past and gain positions. Renier Leach leading it out for us at the moment, followed by Matthew van der Merwe, only a second down behind him. JP van der Spey on Matthew's tail. Nearly rubbing bumper to bumper as they come through that right-hander. Omar Khan putting a lot of pressure onto the back of Clinton Besaidenout at the moment. Clinton Besaidenout also having a remarkable drive at the moment. You see Omar coming a little bit sideways as that Polo's rear end gets a little bit light. James Leach on the back of Sorrel.
Yes, this is some tight racing again.
Yeah, no, definitely very nice close racing. We got Clinton Besaidenout. Oh, who was that? James Leach just touching the back of Sorrel Bosman.
Obviously, Sarah Bosman has a bit of a longer braking point than what Sarah James does.
Yeah, I must say it is quite hard judging the guys' brake markers. So when racing, the guys are basically watching tail lights. Not everybody has the same brake marker. Some guys like to brake early, accelerate out. Some guys like to brake a little bit later, square off the corner and accelerate through. So definitely very hard to judge a proper brake marker, know everybody's brake markers, but the only way to get to know how the guys drive is to actually sit on a server and do lap after lap with the guys, fun events. That's why we encourage fun events throughout our series. As we'll run a league, run fun events throughout the week, just to get the guys used to one another. It's the only way you're going to be able to progress.
That's 100% right, because you can't just climb onto a server on your own and you're practicing and there's nobody on the track with you. It doesn't help setting up brake markers for yourself, because in a race you probably will not be able to use those brake markers.
If we jump a little bit forward, I see there's a nice big battle here. Valdus Swiggers, Matthew van der Merwe and JP van der Spey all fighting for second position as JP falls back down to fourth. Valdu moving up to third and Matthew into second. This is a nice battle. It's nearly a repeat of race one, except we've got different drivers up front.
Yes, completely different drivers. Valdus Swiggers started also, I think he started in 16th. He's up in third already. Up to second now.
I see Melvin Gous is disconnected for some other reason, sitting right down the bottom. Adrian Nel in the pits. Melvin, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
How's it going, Melvin?
Not too good.
What happened?
Well, basically, Christopher Long came from the back, and they were 4 cars abreast, busy watching the replay now, and literally, he changed lanes too quick, and he took himself out, and in the process, took me and Johan on a side swipe, and the car was completely knackered, so that was it for race 2.
Oh, goodness, that's unlucky. And yeah, obviously, these cars being so evenly matched, very hard to catch up and try to fight through the pack.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it was a fun race one. Had a bit of an archie-barchie with Rene. But yeah, the dicing was superb. I think again, race 2, the guys pushing too hard for getting into a 20-minute race. So. But fun. I mean, it was fun all round. A joyous season in the Polos. And nice one to finish off on Killarney, a track that I love. Sadly didn't go as planned, but yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, no, definitely Killarney being a fan favorite among the SRA guys. Very fun track to drive, especially in the Polos. Yeah, Melvin, unlucky that you're not out there in race 2. Was definitely hoping to see you fight through the back, even if you were a little bit further down. But yeah, all the best.
Thanks, guys.
Let's see, Geraldine, if we hop up, I see there's a nice big battle. Omar on the back of JP van der Spey for 3rd place. Another person that I see is doing really well is Mr. J. De Villiers, all the way up into 6th.
Yes, I see he has moved up as well. I'm also just trying to see here where Mr. Omar Khan is at the moment. And I
Omar's
see he's
sitting up in 4th at the moment. This is actually the battle we're watching, where he's on the back of JP van der Spey. You see Omar losing a little bit, running a little bit wide. James Leach onto the back, passing Omar Khan. This is close racing.
Very, very close. Let's just hope Christopher Long can also make his way up from the back. He's sitting in 18th at the moment. So with these techniques and stuff, maybe he can also get up to the front there. They still have 13 minutes of racing.
Yeah, no, definitely another person that I'd just like to talk about is Mr. James Crook. He's actually only had a Assetto Corsa for, I'd say, maybe a month. And as far as I know, he's the only person racing on controller in this group. And if you watch the way he races, he is super smooth. He's sometimes even smoother than the guys that are sitting on wheels.
That's for sure, yes. Very clean driver. For the amount of time that he's been racing with SRA, he's been doing very, very well.
I don't know if he moved out the way or missed his brake marker completely, but that's a very interesting line he's got there around turn 1.
That's for sure.
As Christopher Long goes through, obviously gaining that position, sitting on the back of Louis van der Merwe. Nice, a lot of changes happening up front. Michael Rust moving all the way up into 5th, Peter Grobler into 6th. Looks like something happened to Clinton Besaidenote, causing all those guys to gain a position.
Yes, I see Jay has also moved down to 9th place.
Oh, I see, here he comes back. All the way back up into 8th, passing Ivan Carmarker. Ivan Carmarker obviously running a little bit wide, with James Senior capitalizing on that error as well. There are battles absolutely everywhere. It is hard to follow. Try find a good battle because it is everywhere.
You are right, Warrick. The field is so far spread at the moment with all the cars. With there being so many cars, each car is in a battle with itself as well.
Yeah, correct. As you see, Omar's actually moved down to 5th place. Michael Rust pushing past. So I wonder if Omar made a mistake. But then again, Michael Rust has been running very, very quick times.
Yes, definitely. Michael Rust also one to watch out for as well. Once he gets his groove going, he will move through the pack.
Yeah, no, Massa obviously running a little bit longer of a race. It's actually quite fun. You sit, you find your groove, you find your brake markers, you sit there lap for lap, and you just repeat. Obviously, when you get into a battle, you can't pass if you're following, so you tend to switch up your lines a little bit, allowing for a lot of error. But yeah, it's always good fun.
I see Adrian Noller's also come out of the pits now again, but he's got a long way to try and catch up in this race now.
Yeah, no, I think so as well. I think he's just finishing up for fun. As we mentioned, this is the Super Polo farewell. A little bit of fun. This is basically like a tribute to our Polo Cup League that we just finished 2 weeks ago. And yeah, it's there for the guys to have fun. A little bit of a break, something different, give a little bit of exposure to the Polo Cup community. And yeah, it's good fun. I see there's a lot of cheering going on for Mr. Omar Khan here in the YouTube chat. So let's hop across and see if we can find anything. As you see, he's caught up to the back of Michael Rust. Let's see if we can get an onboard shot from Mr. Khan himself. And you can actually watch this big battle on board. As you see, Peter Grobler's on the back of Omar as well. Nice three-way battle for 4th.
Yes, that's the thing. You don't only have to battle the guy in front of you. You've got to make sure you got to keep the guy behind you as well, still behind you.
Zero need leech. Oh, as you see, they touch a 2-touch. Michael Rust actually coming across over the front of Omar's nose. It looks like Omar's got big damage if I look at the way that steering wheel's sitting at the moment. Oh no, it was just the way he was sliding. Geraldine, I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling bad. Commentators curse. It's a thing.
I'd rather just keep quiet then. Yes, that was actually quite a nice battle between Omar and Peter and Michael.
I see Peter and Omar nice together again. Michael Rust a little bit further down in 15th. Hopefully he can fight his way back. Hopefully he doesn't have too much damage. Car looks alright from what I can see. Let's see if we take a nice front view. Nice circle the car. Car doesn't look too bad. So let's hope for the best. As you can see,
Yes.
there's a nice big battle. Louis van der Merwe, Christopher Long, and Clinton Besaidenote just up ahead of him.
Yes, Christopher Long has moved himself up nicely from the backpack.
You can see he's actually racing in Melvin's skid. As we said, skins are really hard to make out who's who at the moment, as they're all in each other's skins at the moment. So, yeah, definitely an interesting one.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's very difficult to commentate on the car because you're so used to that car belonging to somebody else, and yet it's a different driver with it being a fun server.
Let's see if there's another big battle that we can catch up. Closest one on track at the moment is Christopher Long, Clinton Besaidner. As you can see, they're coming side by side, 0.0 seconds into the last corner. Let's see if they can keep it clean. Chris going up on the inside, taking the position away from Christopher Long. He might even be able to capitalize on Wimpy de Beer, because it looked like he had a brilliant run out of that last corner.
That's for sure. I actually thought he'd take Wimpy de Beer on that previous corner as well, the way it was running.
Yeah, as you saw, he tucks in nice and behind him, try capitalize on that draft, then dive out behind him, try push past. Wimpy seemed to have pulled over and let the two guys through.
What a gentleman.
Yeah, no, definitely a gentleman. If that was me, I'd make that polo as wide as possible and make them work their way past. Peter Grobler is still on the back of Omar Khan. As you can see, this battle still brewing. 8 minutes into the race, still on top of one another. Omar running a little bit wide. Peter's definitely going to look at a passing opportunity. Omar getting a bit sideways through the corner. Let's see if Peter can get this done on the back straight. Obviously having a lot more momentum. Doesn't look like it.
Omar obviously enjoying himself nicely, putting in a bit of drift moves there as well.
Yeah, definitely representing the TTSA guys with the drifting, as you can see. You can even drift a polo around Kilani. J. De Villiers, Mr. J. De Villiers, all the way up in 5th, putting a lot of pressure onto the back of JP van der Spy at the moment. Don't know what happened to Jay in the first race, but he definitely wasn't up there. Let's see if he can keep it clean as he tries and pushes past JP van der Spy for 4th place.
Only thing with Jay at the moment, he's got to keep watching out for Omar catching him from behind as well.
Yeah, and I can guarantee you Omar will catch him, because I actually tried to run a few laps with Omar in practice and Omar was flying. And he was running very consistent, so he's made a few errors in the race, but nothing too bad that has basically pushed him down the field too far. Christopher Long all the way up into 10th already, representing the TTSA guys.
Awesome racing from Christopher Long, seriously starting from way back and landing up with an incident as well, also going down, losing more positions to get up into 10th place. Well done on that.
Alright, so if we look at the positions with 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go, we've got Renier in first, followed by Valdo Swiggers, James Leach. As we speak, we've got, Jay and JP van der Spy driving into one another. Now 4th place, Omar Khan, Peter Grobler, JP van der Spy, James Leach Senior. So the leaderboard jumping around a bit, as there seems to have been a few accidents there by the looks of things. Got James Leach Senior in 7th. We've got Sorrel. Is it Bosman or Boshoff?
I'm not actually sure. Well, let's just call him Sarl or Bossy, as his name says on the screen.
Let's call him Bossy for now. His name is Sorrel Bossy. So Sorrel Bossy in 8th. Christopher Long in 9th, followed by J. De Villiers, unfortunate J. De Villiers in 10th. Louis van der Merwe in 11th, followed by Michael Rust, Willie de Beer, Ivan Karamaka, Matthew van der Merwe, Johan Niemann, Tommy Leary, James Crook, Mr. Controller himself, the only lady in the field sitting in 19th. And as you can see, she's sitting with the guys. There's no way she's going to let them get away.
No, she won't. She's a lady. She'll make them fight for what they want.
Let's have a look. I see there's a few nice battles brewing up front. Peter Grobler catching back again onto the back of Omar Khan.
I think Omar's hands full on this one, having to defend more than being able to catch up to the guys in the front.
Yeah, no, I see it is Sorrel Bosov. Thank you, SimRacer. I presume that would be Melvin typing for us there at the moment. Christopher Long fighting his way through nicely all the way back up into 8th. James Leach Sr. in 7th. Geraldine, this is our fight. The fight for 6th. We've got from 6th to 9th, all through one corner.
That's for sure. And like I say, Omar needs to also keep it very clean up in the front and to keep watching Peter Groppe and then JB van der Spey and James Leach Sr., Christopher Long, surely not let them get too far ahead. He will probably pass them still as well.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting battle. Obviously, these polos evenly matched, as we said, and you can make them quite wide. If you park that car on the inside of the curb, it is really hard to get past. As you can see, who's that? James Leach Sr. up on the inside of JP van der Spey, making the car wide. As I said, park it on the curb, make the guys work around you. Chris getting a bit of a run, running over the grass, a little bit of rallycross style. Onto the back of James Leach Sr. Look at Chris diving up the inside. Did not take him long, half a lap, 2 positions, and he's going for it. Only 3.4 seconds down to the battle which is brewing in front, with Omar Khan and Peter Groppe. Obviously with them battling, they're going to slow each other down. Christopher Long might be able to catch up onto the back of them with 1 minute and 50 seconds to go. I don't know if it's possible. What are your thoughts?
Well, the way he's been racing, coming up from right at the back, already at the back as well, to get up into 6th place at the moment. But yes, Omar and Peter running up in the front are also running very good so far. So yes, I don't want to call it on this one, but Renier seems to be running very far out ahead of everybody as well. And then Volder behind him. I wonder if the top 3, 4 and 5 positions will be able to catch up to them.
Yeah, I definitely think if Renier can keep it clean, he's definitely got this one in the bag. As you can see, there's a huge gap, 0.1 between 0.1 and 0.2 laps between 1st and 2nd.
Yes, that's why I'm saying I doubt very much that the positions 3, 4 and 5 will be able to catch up to them. I see that Omar has just gone past Peter.
I see there's a nice big battle. Christopher Long 3 seconds off the back of Peter Groppe. Peter Groppe putting a lot of pressure onto Omar. This is probably the best battle we've had all race. From lap 1 up until now, these guys have been glued together. As you see, no one's giving an inch and no one's taking an inch.
And they are keeping it nice and clean, really giving the guys the space to race as well.
This is Polo Cup racing. As you know, in real life, the guys in the polos keep it close, and these guys are showing us how it's done. It looks like we just had Renier Leach have an accident, as Waldo Swieg has just passed Renier Leach. This is nearly a repeat of race 1 between Adrian Nel and Christopher Long.
I wonder if that was to do with some of the back markers then.
I don't see any back markers in play at the moment.
Close to them, yeah, so maybe just a little bit over eager and went too wide around the corner and lost a bit of time, and which made Volder catch up to him and take the position.
Yeah, 20 seconds is a long time. Concentration is heavy for 20 minutes. So maybe just a little bit of loss of concentration, losing it through a corner, and now Volder taking the lead on the final lap. As you see, Volder circulating for the last time this lap. We'll go on board with him, watch him cross the finish line. He's going through the left-hand king, follow to the right-hander, another right-hander, then onto the back straight. So if he can keep it nice and clean, there is no way that Renier will catch him. He's got a 4.4 second gap. Unfortunate for Renier, making error on the previous lap and losing that first position.
Yes, that is such a pity, running in front row almost the whole race through and then right at the end to have to lose it.
We've got Karen Kotze saying, "My kinders ry so mooi." Karen, you can definitely be proud. Joni sitting down in 18th, as well as Tommy in 13th, doing remarkably at the moment. You can really be proud. Karen obviously very well known around the Killarney track. Brilliant race car driver as well. So as we watch, Valdus Swiggers crossing the line in first place, followed by Renier Leach. Let me just try to get a view. James Leach, followed by Omar, Peter Grobler, Christopher Long, Sorrel. As it crossing the line, let's see, we've got James Leach Senior, followed by Louis van der Merwe, JP van der Spey, Michael Rust. Ivan Karamarka will be our next person to be crossing the line. As you see him cross. Followed by Tommy Leary, Matthew van der Merwe. Waiting for James Crook. James Crook will be the next guy to cross the line as he comes through the last corner on his controller. You can see there's a lot of inputs on those tyres at the moment. Tyres have obviously have a lot of wear as well, so there's not a lot of grip left.
Yes, that's for sure. That's probably why they start drifting around the corners as well.
Got James Crook crossing the line. Got Joni coming down the main straight as well. Johan Niemand was running brilliant times. I would honestly say I think he's the biggest loser at the moment. Qualifying in the top 10 and losing out and finishing in 17th.
Yes, definitely. That would be a hard one to swallow at the end of the day, especially on such high qualifying positions.
Yeah, no, definitely. But once again, like to congratulate Valdus Swiggers. Brilliant race. Well done on the win. Renier Leach, unfortunate second last lap, losing your position. But well done. See his brother James Leach in third. Well done to you as well. Omar, you better go and thank all your fans that you had in the chat here. These guys were rooting hard for you. Peter Grobler, brilliant fight. Christopher Long, good fight through the back. Geraldine, this was interesting.
This was very interesting. And like I say, for me, the driver I'd say today was Christopher Long, having to take it right from the back and get his way back right up into sixth position.
Yeah, I'd definitely say Christopher Long or even Omar. Omar fighting up from 18th to 4th. So definitely giving the drivers of the day to the TTSA boys. Doing extremely well fighting through. Cleanest driver. I'm going to lean towards Peter Grobler, obviously putting all that pressure onto the back of Omar. Didn't see much touching or rubbing or anything. Brilliant driving from the two of them.
Definitely.
But anyway, to everyone out there from our side, from SRA, we'd like to say thank you for watching the stream. It was brilliant having you guys with us, enjoying it with us. This was good fun.
This was very much good fun. Thank you guys to all of you.
I see my mouse is locked at the moment. Geraldine, you must enjoy your week further. Don't work too hard. Hopefully the wind settles down there in Namibia and you don't blow away.
Yes, hopefully as well. Warrick, you guys must also enjoy your weekend and your week, the rest of the weekend and the week. And yes, until next weekend racing again, keep it cool.
Yeah, no, definitely will. And then obviously to the guys out there, please keep a lookout on our Discord channel for our next league coming up. It should be in the next week or two. Gonna be the National Oval Series. We'll be moving across the country to all the local tracks, all made by Mr. Peter Grobler himself. You guys will definitely enjoy that. Good evening and goodbye.